The expansion of who we are as people when we become mothers is something that I don't think we talk about enough. And I think that's why it gets so scary because think of like your life as a warehouse. Like you have like this nice tidy warehouse where you can like store everything, you know where everything is. You're really like you're the muscle memory is there. If you need something, you can find it in the dark. That's what life is like. And then all of a sudden overnight, you have a baby and the capacity at which you've always worked doubles. It doubles in size, which seems like, okay, well, we can navigate that. Like, great, now I have double what I'm able to work with. However, the other side is completely empty. You don't know how to navigate it at all. You don't know where things are. You don't know how to get there. You don't know there's no muscle memory. And so the familiarity of the very tidy part of the warehouse is where you want to go. However, even if it's a business, if you get more expansion in a business, you are able to branch out in different places and steward the new place as well. We know that, but motherhood's the same way. We are stewarding what we have as women in a different capacity. But it seems scary because we don't know how to get there. We don't know what really we're doing. We're not really sure, and so there's this idea that we kind of want to like tuck tail and run back to the version of us that used to exist because she was safe and she made you feel stable and you knew how to find your footing, you knew how to be stable in that place. But the reality is when you go into this new expansion zone and you're trying to grow in that capacity, you're trying to navigate things well in that capacity, you're learning, but it's uncomfortable because you're not yet totally familiar with how to navigate everything in the same way. And so when we fight for these old versions of ourselves, we are actually fighting for something that's no longer going to serve us during this season. It's not going to serve who we are anymore because that version of us is gone. So I can understand how that can probably lead to these postpartum depression kind of feelings because you're grieving a version of yourself that once existed, while at the same time expanding capacity in a place that you've never navigated before. That's a lot. That's a lot to be able to figure out. And I think that it's something that we as mothers, I mean, and this has happened with every single one of my children. I've done this 9 times, and every single time that expansion feels like I've lost my footing. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to figure this out. And then as you just start to do it, you start to figure it out. There is no such thing really as a fully seasoned mom until they are done having children and all of them are grown. Like my littlest is 7, and I still have so much to learn about motherhood, despite the fact that I've been a mother for 25 years. It's one of those things that's ever evolving and ever changing. And once we know that, it's okay because then we can embrace the versions of ourselves we become along the way.